Good morning. And a bright, sunshiny morning out there to you. Yeah, and today is Toronto Raptors Day. Now, being as that we now have 7 mugs, I guess Monday will always be Raptors Day. Okay, now I did come back to the model table. And I did run with Tennessee Jim's idea, made a modification here. And you'll get to see all that in the rollback. And we did actually get through step 20 for the most part. In fact, we can flip the manual here. We're now going to be starting on the stern section today. So I guess we'll be turning our ship around so that it matches the orientation of the manual. Somebody made the comment to me that when I get all these little parts on the deck, you're going to wonder where are they. And I think I mentioned that before. It's true. We were just putting down little parts like crazy, but where are they? You can sort of see them, but they just sort of blend right in. And I guess it's going to be much the same on the stern. Anyway, let's roll back and see how it is we got to where we are right now, and then we'll continue on. Okay, I've spent probably a couple of hours on this, and it's probably like an hour and 55 minutes trying to think of exactly what I want to do. And where am I going to find all the pieces, so, like kicking around my workshop so I don't have to go out and buy anything. And maybe 5 minutes actually doing it. Now, those of us who are older might recognize that as being a clothesline pulley. Remember I told you I save everything? Well, it came in handy now. Anyway, I haven't tried this yet. This is going to be the very first time trying winding it up. So I think the idea is, if I understood Tennessee Jim right, what we would do is we would take and wind our cord up on the pulley. Now, like I said, this is the first time. Okay, I don't think we need to go around twice, but I'm just kind of curious as to how much I can actually get on there. All right, so then what I would do is after, I get everything all centered here in front of the camera, and then it should take very little effort to do a very nice, steady, slow rotation. It does seem to be getting, I wouldn't say binding in places, but I imagine if I was standing up I could do it a little bit better. Anyway, Tennessee Jim, it works. Cheers. Okay, those pieces that I missed way back in step number 2, well, I got them. And I painted them by hand, and they kind of look different. Doesn't have the same, I don't know, they almost look more silvery, you might say. Now, it could be because I was, getting the paint out of the bottom of the jar, and maybe I was getting a lot of what makes it look metallic. Anyway, I think they're going to be all right. Okay, here we are. We are back to this place. Now,
it'd be nice if I could get these cutters down flush with the bottom there, but I can't because of the planking. So as long as I'm gonna have to use something else here, I wonder if maybe this would dig in really good. It doesn't matter if we go in too deep because it's going to be covered up anyway. Although maybe it'd be better like this. Just okay, and I'm going to put my hand on the other side to hold against myself here. It will take a certain amount of force. Okay, I'm pretty sure we got it. Looks like I damaged the, well, I think probably though that's going to be covered up anyway. Probably by the sprue goo that's going to ooze out from underneath this thing. Okay, let's put on the macro lens. That way you can see how much glue I put on. Okay, this time I'm going to try the quick setting. Does it look like it's going to fit down in there? Yeah, I think it will. I want to make sure that it's going to dissolve everything so it'll sit down nice and flush. Might work better with my finger. I don't think I put as much in as I normally do. Does it look like it's gone down into the... It doesn't really look like it's gone down. It looks like it's sort of being held up on the edges there. Although maybe not. Well, let's just leave well enough alone. It looks alright. Yeah, especially at arm's length, right? Okay, the one on the other side, I did a better job of removing this peg. And I'm going to put in a little bit more of the quick setting. I don't know, maybe that's not a good idea either because it's wicking its way into the planking, isn't it? Okay, now we don't have all day here because it's evaporating really fast. Okay, we are back to hose reels again. And we've got a medium-sized one, and we have a larger one. Now, when I was first looking at this larger one, I was wondering, is this the one that we had a problem with the legs way back a couple of months ago when we made it? I said something about it's not going to fit right or something like that. But maybe this is not the one. Okay, now I'm not going to use the quick setting. I'm just going to use the other glue. My goodness, I'm having a hard time with this. Maybe I should use different tweezers. Once again, my problem is I'm scared of, holding onto it real tight and breaking it. Just let me reposition here a bit. You can't see it too good, but it's sort of slumping forward here. I'm not really able to get all of the legs down into the holes at the same time. Maybe I'm just going to have to just leave it like that, I guess. Wonder if I was to put a little bit, let it run down so that the, no, I can't see the one on the other side there, but I can see this one. Okay, well we got 3 of the 4, and that's gonna excuse me, it's gonna meld. Okay, now let's just move over to the right a little bit and do the medium size one. There, I think that one went a lot better. Okay, I'm not going to add any. I can see that the legs are starting to glue into the deck, so we'll just leave it. Okay, there are 2 more just like it on the other side, but I'm not going to video it being done. But on this side, we have to put an anti-aircraft gun right there. Now, maybe I'm living dangerously here by not doing a dry run. And I'm also putting a little on the base of the gun. Okay, very gently here now. That is going to meld together really well. Okay, we are still in step 20. And if we move further back, it wants us to put another one of those winches right there. Now, it wants the same sort of thing on the other side, but once again, I'm just going to video the one. Now, the reason I keep fiddling with it is because I'm trying to get it to work its way down into the slot, and I think I pretty much got it there. I don't think I need to be poking at it anymore. And like I mentioned, the one on the other side, I'll do that off camera. Now, I think that's pretty much it for step 20, yeah, except for the stuff I got to do on the other side. Okay, on this beautiful summer evening here in Winnipeg, we have done everything we can possibly do on step 20 that doesn't involve stuff that we're afraid we're going to break off and we're going to leave till later. As far as I know, we've got everything. And if we flip over to 21, we're starting on the stern. And we sort of repeat the process with the same mushroom vents and all that kind of stuff, only on the stern. However, I think it might be a good idea to, put the camera on the rotator and take a look at this area here and maybe this area here and maybe back here. Just, we've already looked at the barbette. But, I'm going to leave that for the morning. It's, well, what do we got here? 7:47? That sounds familiar. Anyway, yeah, so I think I'm going to call it quits for this evening, and in the morning we'll put the camera on the rotator and take a look around. Yeah, so see you in the morning. Well, it is morning, and I did put the camera back on the turntable. And this is the plan. We've already looked right here, but I'd like to see if I can't group this area here, then maybe this area, and then maybe up here on the bow. And yeah, if you don't want to see it, you know how to scrub ahead. Anyway, here we go.
Okay, step 21. Now for step 21, and a few minutes ago I did look ahead on step 22, it deals with putting stuff on the stern which is identical to stuff that we already put on the bow earlier. There's only one piece here that is, you might say, considerably different, and that is okay, this piece right here. And if you remember, we had CA glued it onto this part here to make it easier to paint, and then I said we can probably break it off later. Well, I suppose breaking it off might be kind of fun on camera, but as far as putting on more of these pieces on camera goes, I think I'm going to sort of forego that for the next 2 pages. We'll do this one piece, and unless I come to something that is really different, I'm not going to video it. I'm just going to concentrate on getting these parts down on 21 and 22. Yeah, all of these numbers we've put on before, and the ensign flag staff. Yeah, that'd be the ensign flag on the back, right? Yeah, that would be. We're going to leave that till later anyway. The same as the flag staff on the front bow, and I'd make a terrible sailor, wouldn't I? They'd keel haul me right away. I just can't get it right. Okay, let's just put this one piece on, and it could be that that's going to be about it for today's video. Well, we'll see what happens here. Okay, now you will remember I had said it should be fairly easy to break these pieces off later. So let's just see what's going to happen here. There we go. All right, clearly I'm going to have to trim that CA glue that's on the bottom there, because this piece, it has to plug down into a hole on the deck. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll move over to the deck. Okay, now according to the manual, this goes right here, and we're just doing a dry run here. Yeah, I think that's going to fit once we get some extra thin down in that hole, and stuff is going to sort of fit together. It's maybe, I don't know, look like it's going to go. Yeah, I think it will. Maybe I should shave a little bit more off the base of this thing. Okay, let's try it now. Yeah, I think it'll go a little better now. And then if there's any plastic or anything showing, I think what's going to happen is the melding effect, like where the paint dissolves. Come on, Ron. You know, maybe I took too much off, and it's maybe I should stop using the tweezers. I might be able to feel it better with my fingers. Why don't I put the macro lens on and do it? All right, I think we've got that pretty perpendicular. And you know, the rest of today is going to be really difficult. And that's because I'm planning on leaving the camera beside the computer. If I bring it out here, I'm going to be wanting to use it. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead now and try and get some stuff on the stern here. And thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll be seeing you tomorrow.